Welcome to the Pack, the new and only dog daycare and boarding kennel in Brooks. Thank you, judges, for being here tonight. We are your Pack leaders, Tia Argue and Kelsey Stiles. We applied for the NewGrow grant in hopes to get $10,000 to help us with our startup costs for this innovative business that would be an amazing amenity for dog owners here in Brooks. We actually surveyed 122 people in the city of Brooks, and 97.5% of people responded that said they'd be interested in this service and that this community is lacking this service. We are excited to share our services and vision with you. So dog daycare, see the little puppers? Dog daycare is one of the main services that we will be providing. We are trailblazing this service in Brooks as it currently does not exist. There are many benefits this service provides as we are cultivating a safe space for owners to drop off their dogs when they're at work, going shopping, hockey tournaments, traveling, etc. To utilize our service, all dogs would first be temperament tested. This would be a day where they're dropped off at our facility to make sure that there is no food aggression, toy aggression, or aggression towards other canines. This helps mitigate dog fighting and ensures a safe environment for our clients. Also, just a fun fact, we're both canine CPR and first aid trained. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. Once a dog has been given the okay, owners will have the option to buy bulk passes for the daycare. This has many benefits for our furry friends, as they will be socialized, exercised, and have opportunities for enrichment, which means improving an animal's environment through making it more interesting with puzzle activities. Having a daycare service is an excellent alternative for dogs that are generally left alone all day.
Overnight boarding. We're excited about this service because it gives dog owners the opportunity to board their dogs close to home. In our survey, 26% of people said that they outsource boarding to other communities, which is inconvenient and is taking money out of our city. Last month, one of our friends' flights arrived late and her dog was boarded in Strathmore. She returned to Brooks at 2 a.m., had to get up in the morning, drive back to Strathmore to retrieve her dog within their business hours. This extra trip could have been avoided if we had options locally. With daycare and boarding, we will be using a doggy dashboard computer program to communicate with owners throughout the day with updates and pictures of their dogs. Pickup and drop-off service. This service is unique to our business, and although a small part of the company, we feel that it has a great value and even more convenience. It allows dog owners that do not work within regular business hours to still gain access to our service. What this looks like for clients is a PAC member will arrive at your home, retrieve your dog, bring them to our facility, and have them waiting for you at home at the end of the day. In our research, something we heard time and time again were people's struggles with pickup or drop-off times for boarding. Our pickup and drop-off service alleviates the need to coordinate your flight times perfectly with our business hours, as we can have your dog home safely waiting for you.
Grooming. We will be all set up with a grooming bath when we open so that we can wash dogs that are in our care. In phase 2 of our business plan, we would love to hire someone to groom on location. Other phase 2 ideas include merchandise, dog walking, dog training, and an at-home service where we can take care of your animal friends that are better left at home, like kitties. Our vision. We want to create a beautiful space, one that we can be proud of. Here you can see an outline we worked on with a local artist, and we want our space to be bright, airy, and very clean. We need an indoor and outdoor play space for dogs to play freely and exercise. As you can see in the green area, there's a divider because we want to be able to divide dogs into different groups based on size and temperament. So if a little dog doesn't get along with bigger dogs and vice versa, they can be divided. We also want in the middle, there's a couple rooms full of kennels, and we'd like them to be a room because then if there's a boarding dog who doesn't do well with the daycare, then they can have their own space to also roam around as well without being overstimulated. We want to provide a secure, safe, and easy to clean kennels. We need laundry and grooming on site. We would love to have a reception space where dogs and their owners are welcomed into the PAC family with a small area for merchandise. We also would like to put in a kitchen to be able to do the dishes and to refrigerate medications that are necessary. Another part of our vision that doesn't have to do with aesthetics is that we want to work alongside our local animal shelter, BAPS. We want to support them where we can. For example, if BAPS was overrun or had too many dogs in their care, we could take a dog or two for them temporarily. For the dogs that BAPS has that need extra socialization, we wouldn't mind if they came and used our services, and we could help them out that way, as well as with fundraising as well. Kelsey and I both have really big hearts, and we love our community, so we'd love to help out in any way as possible as well.
Financials. This is where the picture we gave you, or the sheet we gave you with all the photos on it, comes in. We will personally be investing $20,000 that will help us get started with all of our carrying costs. This will cover our monthly expenses until we can get up and running. We are asking for the full $10,000 to go towards our startup costs. More specifically, those pictures that we gave you guys, we would like to put the money right back into our local business through cruisin' property maintenance and bobcat services to build a 6-foot-high chain link fence with gates and privacy slats. Our vision for this outdoor space is more than just a sanitary area for dogs to relieve themselves. We plan to have outdoor play structures as well as pools and splash pads when it's not -30 outside. We are working with our local credit union to secure a $100,000 loan to help pay for startup costs and renovations that are needed for our vision. As small business owners, we aim to support local as much as possible in this process for us.
We hope you pick the pack for the NewGrow grant, as we are a new service that has a heart for community and a passion for pets. Thank you for listening to our vision, as it's a much needed amenity in our city. And questions?
Kelly, do you want to start off our question?
There we go. Thank you. As a question, have you looked at locations and city bylaw ordinance and things like that? That's been
yeah.
an issue in our town, right? So
We got in a fight with Joel once. No, I'm just joking.
you're not the only one.
We actually just looked at a property right before this meeting tonight, and we're hoping that it works. We've looked at a few and they've fallen through, but we're looking, it has to be zoned industrial, about 150 meters away from any residence. So we've found some, lost some. We're hoping that this new one works because it's actually kind of perfect.
Yeah, it was.
So like commercial bay type access?
Yeah, so this one's a double bay, and it's actually kind of by is it the McKay Park? Yep. And then we could put a gate there and then just like walk dogs around there as well too. So it'd be a really great location for us.
Anybody?
I have a question.
Sure.
Pets are like an endless market of opportunity. What does insurance look like for when you have all these people's pets in your care? How much of an expense is that you foresee?
We actually have just started looking into that, so we don't have the actual amount, but there are special pet insurances that you can get for dog daycares and kenneling that help with, like, if there were veterinary costs that came up in the process or a dog was injured in your care. So we have been looking into that. We don't have the exact amount right now.
Lots of waivers and things for clients to sign when their dog is brought in with us. Vaccinations have to be up to regular schedule.
And my dad's a veterinarian, so
have somebody on
I grew up in a
call
veterinary
24/7.
I grew up in a veterinary clinic, and so that helps a lot, and he's like on call 24/7.
But not on payroll.
No.
Not on payroll. It's
no.
part of the expenses.
Kelly?
Yeah, and another, so as a startup, if everything was up and running, how many clients per day would you need to be able to, again, make a sustainable long-term
To make
business?
it, like, to pay rent, we would need 2 dogs a day for daycare. So then if we had 10 dogs a day, we could pay for rent and our bills. And then plus our boarding would be a big service, right? I think actually boarding would do quite well in this community because we don't have a boarding kennel in the city of Brooks right now,
Any more questions?
which is, I think, doable. Like if 10 dogs a day, I think that's doable.
We're gonna come.
I have one question. How many employees do you expect to employ in this new business?
We hope to have a couple. At first, it's just going to be us, and my husband is going to work for free for a lot until we can get up and running. But yeah, we definitely want a couple.
Yeah.
I think there's a great avenue for volunteers. We actually both have a background in youth work, so that would be a potential lead for jobs. Yeah.
All right. Great. I don't know. Is our clock running?
Yeah, we still have a minute.
Oh, you got a minute? Do you want to say something else? Then?
It started a little late, so.
Oh, okay. Time's up.
So-
then. Yeah, because my
Would your
You come from a veterinarian family.
Yeah,
Any possibility of them coming here? No.
the city already tried.
Lisa's already.
He said maybe if we could do.
Yeah, if
the
we can
dog
open our
daycare.
dog daycare and boarding kennel, I could bring in a
All
vet.
right, just had my other hat on for a second. Okay.
Hello, my name's Vicky Belanger, and this is Jim Belanger, and we are the owners of Traditional Meat Market. We're located in downtown Brooks, Alberta, and this is my daughter Amanda. Yeah, we already have a fabulous staff who are eager to start. So, how many people are tired of the price of meat, groceries in general? How about impersonal shopping? We're wanting to fix that. We will provide competitive pricing and a warm, welcoming atmosphere where we will be happy to serve you and listen to what your needs are. Beyond funds, there's a need to find the best equipment and tools to start up and run a meat market. Also, having the best people for constructing the space to be effective for cutting and preparing meats and serving the customer. All considerations also need to be in line with Alberta Health Services and be compliant with all the safety rules and regulations that are required. As we all know, when you are renovating and purchasing equipment, you rely on a lot of other people and their timelines and their restrictions. Today in our world, there's a shortage of parts, and then there's also a shortage of people to do the job. We have been so very fortunate to have many people behind us wanting this project to be up and running. From contractors to supply from local ranchers, we have had nothing but positive support. What makes us unique? There is no other business in Brooks and area that offers what we are going to give to the community. We will be resourcing the local community for our beef, chicken, and pork, supporting local ranchers. Farm to table applies here. The other butchers sell only a small amount of retail meats. Our meat market will have a wide variety and will do custom orders as well. We will also have online ordering, delivery, and freezer packs to help stock the customer's freezer. The competition is also not convenient to access and they close quite early. We are located downtown in an easy accessible space with ample parking, and our hours will accommodate families by staying open later and on weekends. With Traditional Meat Market, the meat is ordered from the rancher. The rancher takes it to the butcher, and the butcher brings it to us where we prepare it fresh to our customers. When you purchase meat from a store, like a grocery store or department store, there's a few steps the meat has to go through before it is in your grocery cart. It can be touched up to 7 times. First, the rancher sells it to the packing plant, and it's fattened up and slaughtered. Then it's separated into big pieces and boxed. Then it goes from their warehouse to another warehouse where it is sorted and then sent to a distribution center, then shipped to a cutting plant where it is broken down into basic retail cuts. Then it is shipped to the main retail warehouses that are owned by bigger retail companies, and then shipped to the specific stores in our town and cities where you buy it. We have completed lots already with building permits and leases and lots of other paperwork behind us. We look forward to the physical part of preparing to open next. The concrete had to be dug up and pipes laid, a wall built, and electrical done, as well as painting. Now we need a floor laid, drywall, more painting, a cooler and a freezer to come, as well as other equipment, not to mention the beef, pork, and the chicken. Starting the physical project needed us to dig up the concrete for the plumber to the pipes. Lots of heavy work for Jim. The concrete was poured after gravel was shoveled into the holes. The wall was framed, and that's my grandson Simon checking out the work that was done. At the same time, cabinets are being built and we're cleaning and painting the offices and bathrooms. Like we mentioned before, there are lots of working parts to starting up a business. A lot of money is required to meet the many needs, from licenses to leases, equipment to contractors. It adds up quick. One of the big costs are the display coolers. These are the coolers that the customers can see the meat they would like to purchase. There will be pre-wrapped meat as well as a specialty counter that they can pick from and have it wrapped in brown butcher paper. Why now? Now is the perfect time. Families are more concerned now more than ever with where our food is coming from. We as consumers are educated, we are smart, and we understand how corporate thinks of money and not people. We need some competition in our area, something to help us meet our bottom line, and when traditional meat market can offer quality and a fair price, our customer will want nothing less. Why us? Years of experience. We are committed to this project, also the relationships that have been made and the trust that is already there with the customers who are looking to shop local and support local farmers and ranchers. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for your time and for asking us to come and present today.
Bill, do you want to start us off with a question?
I'm curious as to, I know it's a very specialized thing that you're into, so I'm curious, is it a competitor that you use for the initial part of the kill? Is it a competitor that does that for you?
Yes, we're dealing with a local rancher, and then we're actually gonna get him to ship it to Clooney, and Clooney will actually do the butchering for us. And then it'll be sent to us in a refrigerated truck, carcass form.
Okay, so then that's a government sanctioned place then?
Yeah, it will be, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah.
inspected, yeah.
Inspected, yeah.
It's government inspected, yeah.
Okay, good. Good, yeah, that's good.
Any other questions?
Lots of experience.
Yeah, I actually started out in the business when we were swinging beef.
Okay,
There was no box beef,
right,
so,
right. You bought it in quarters and halves.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good.
Anybody here? No? Or here? Oh,
Obviously, you've put some money into it.
Yes, we put some money into it, and we've also had some help with Community Futures.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So I'm curious, I know Jim and Vicky, but you're going to do the media side. So I'm kind of curious, in the market of, you're dealing with big box stores, how do you plan to work within that range? If you could talk about that for a second. Is that possible? Like, how do you plan to get your name out there and get exposure?
No, I think you have to turn yours off.
So that's actually a really good question because a lot of places are big box stores, and that's definitely easy to market. Quick, easy, fast. You're talking Facebook, you throw up advertisements. But as it was mentioned at the beginning of the slide, definitely local is out there. It's new, it's fresh, it's something that everybody wants. And then as somebody who is also a mom and, family, it's important to make sure that you're feeding your kids healthy and all of that kind of stuff. So I think when you take that into the marketing and push that and make sure people are aware, as well as educating them about the meats that they are getting so that they keep coming back, understanding what they're getting. So I think that'll help. And so we have Facebook, we have a website, and we'll also be on Instagram.
We really want to do that. That's a big part of what we want to do too, is educate people on
Cooking, on how to cook it, how to,
where it comes from, all of that.
the muscle structure, all of that stuff.
And the media lies that you've been served to, like grass-fed's better, for example.
All right.
Not that it's worse. It's not.
Carrie?
Will all your products be, will people be able to pre-order or do like large quantities? Do you have discounts factored into that? Or is it all just show up retail, kind of like a grocery store? Or do you see yourself somewhere between a grocery store and like a meat market, I guess?
Well, okay, so right now, I feel that the grocery stores are dictating what you're buying. Whereas you should be going to the store and saying, I want this. And they say, most of the time they say, oh, we don't have that, or we can't get that. or there's supply chain issues. So
was
I
just-
have a beef hanging in the cooler. If you want a bone-in cross rib roast, I can do that for you. You'll never see that in the city. You'll never see that anywhere in this town.
And then
So-
to answer your question, we are planning on doing, so if you wanted a side of beef, we could do a freezer thing for you, or if you just wanted this, that, and the other thing, definitely, we're gonna have
Okay.
online. And, that stuff will be available for sure.
All right,
And,
great.
and
Oh,
also one last thing.
we'll give you the
is-
meat hook here
gotta
pretty
start.
soon,
Yeah,
Jim.
is fresh chicken. There is
Yeah.
no fresh chicken in Brooks
Yeah.
right now.
Okay,
Everything is either wrapped in BC or Manitoba, a lot of it. We're gonna supply fresh chicken that will be killed and the next day shipped to me in bulk form.
great. All right, thank you very much.